Hi, I'm Michelle Sterling for Friends of Science Society. Friends of Science Society has issued a request for a conflict of interest inquiry on the Alberta Climate Change Plan and carbon tax in a letter to the Alberta Ethics Commissioner and the Auditor General of December 5th, 2016. This is in keeping with the NDP government's request for inquiry into the affairs of Rick McIver, looking for open and transparent dealings in government, as reported in the November 23rd, 2016 report in the Edmonton Journal. We are hoping to avoid a power grid debacle like that of Ontario, which was reported in the Financial Post of October 21st, 2016. So Friends of Science Society is calling for a freeze on further developments until such time as the potential conflict of interest issues have been reviewed and a full cost-benefit accounting has been provided to the public. We are citing the non-trivial sums of money and long-term implications for industry and consumers. In a March 25, 2013 interview with the Wall Street Journal, Joseph Deere, who was then CIO of CalPERS, a large pension fund, called clean tech, such as wind and solar, a noble way to lose money, and said that the pension fund to profit, somebody has to step in and either raise the price of carbon or lower the cost of the alternatives. The proposed Alberta Climate Change Plan includes accelerated coal phase-out and a carbon tax that will cost billions of dollars, as reported by the Calgary Herald on December 2nd, 2016. The experience in the UK and the EU with similar climate change policies has been disastrous heat or eat poverty. We can't have that in a province where the winters see minus 40 Celsius and Fahrenheit temperatures. We dispute the government's coal health claims as unsupported by the evidence of Alberta Health Services. In our letter, Friends of Science Society note that Premier Notley's spouse was a prominent member of the Canadian Union of Public Employees, or CUPE, which has adopted a firm anti-fossil fuel and pro-renewable stance. CUPE has sponsored climate change workshops with a PowerPoint that incorrectly claims Calgary's 2013 flood was a result of climate change. This is refuted by the facts in the Weather Network's Historical Review of Flooding, reported June 25, 2013. There are some concerns that these large union pro-green voter blocs may be swayed by such misinformation and their self-interest in long-term contracts for their pension fund investments in wind and solar. Another question we have, Environment Minister, the Honourable Shannon Phillips, previously wrote a book with Mr. Mike Hudima of Greenpeace, who is a vigorous Solar for All advocate. Minister Phillips recently announced the government wants to buy half of its power from solar, as reported in the Edmonton Sun, October 7, 2016. Friends of Science Society points out there may be other potential conflicts of interest by pension funds that claim to be party to the Alberta Climate Change Plan, with vested interests in signing 20-year wind and solar subsidized contracts. These burdensome costs will be borne by ordinary Albertans with no benefit to you and no benefit to the environment. That's why we've issued this call for a conflict of interest inquiry. For Friends of Science Society, I'm Michelle Sterling.